All right, so we are live, fellas. Welcome to another episode of Beantown Banter Boxing and Bullshit. AJ, take it away. Like I said last week, man, I'm co-host. You were the this. I'm just here learning every week from you. Um, we have a special guest tonight.
We do.
Introduce him.
All right. So for those who don't know, um, this is Paul. Is your last name is Ianuzzi?
Ianuzzi.
All right. So for those that don't know, Rivera Promotions Entertainment is a company that's all about helping people's dreams come true. Whether you want to be a world champion, whether you want to be a New England champion, whether you want a one and done. This is one of those. This is one of those moments, and record breaking moments as well, because
History.
Paul is going to become the oldest man in boxing history. Fun fact: boxing is one of the first sports ever going back to the Roman eras. It's one of the first recognized Olympic sports ever. First time in boxing history that a fighter is turning pro at the age that Paul is. So, Paul, tell us a little bit about that.
Sir. Sorry, I'm getting in my hot tub as I'm talking to you because you know what? At my age, you want to make sure that you keep everything real. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I got to take care of this. People's body temple. Mine's more like a garage. All right, but garages can be cool also, so it's not a big deal. All right, I'm really excited about this opportunity, and I have to give a shout out to you and your father, AJ, because you know why? First of all, I was a big fan of your father. Second of all, is that I have been training for 10 years for this opportunity. I promised my 6-year-old daughter 10 years ago that I would break Dewey Bucella's record, and so I've kept myself in the gym doing the master championships and all that other stuff to try to, keep myself in shape. And I went to somebody who was a promoter. I won't say his name, but he's a New England big promoter. And I thought we had a friendship, and I thought he put me on in 2 seconds. And he just said he was not interested. And I was heartbroken. I'm a very emotional person, and I was heartbroken. And 2.5 hours later, Paul Cohen, Sean, I don't know how you pronounce his last name, but he calls me and he says that you people would be interested in my story and you would want to help my dream come true. And I can't say enough about you doing that because, if not but for you and your father, this stuff wouldn't have happened. And I just needed someone to believe in me that I could do this besides my family. And so kudos to you people. Shout out to you. If you ever need a kidney, you don't want my liver. Trust me, you don't want my liver. I'd be more than happy to give you. Oh yeah, I like to drink. All right, it's no sorry, but I just you guys are wonderful, and I appreciate you.
How did your boxing career start? Tell us a little bit about that.
I used to play hockey, and I was the smallest guy in the ice, and somebody checked behind the boards, and when I got up, I attacked, and the guy was like, maybe 14. He did this to me, and he was like 6'3" at 14. I was maybe 5'4", and so it's like, you know what? You're not too scared of things, so why don't you give it a shot? But there were no boxing gyms in the Apple Orchard town that I grew up in, so time passed by, and then I gotta be honest with you, the worst thing that can happen to some people is that my family had money, high school, so it's okay for poor people.
You're breaking up a little bit, Paul.
Poor. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you better. You were breaking up a little bit.
Okay. The worst thing you do is when you're poor around rich kids. That sucks. And that I went through that stage for like 4 or 5 years, 6 years, and it just made me a little angry. And so I started boxing when I first graduated from high school. I went down to Grundy's Gym in Central Falls. I started December 13th, 1987. by January 10th, they had me in the Golden Gloves, and 8 weeks later, I won the Southern New England Golden Gloves. So that's how it all started.
Okay.
You know.
All right. And what gave you that, like, a lot of people say insane idea to be like, you know what, I'm gonna be 52, 53 years old and turn pro?
I love it.
What gave you that insane idea? Well, I don't think it's insane. Other people would be like, that's insane.
You know what? It's always a time to be great. There's always a time to be great. When I ask people, when was the last time you were really great? And everyone's like, they have no answer. This is my time to be great. And then after this, you know, I hope that I can promote my company, which is called Life in Balance, which is a Parkinson's wellness disorder company. And I'm going to help all these old people. You're going to see them at the fight. It's going to be hysterical. It's going to be like Night of the Living Dead walking in. Okay. And, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, it's a zombie apocalypse. What the hell is this? Jesus Christ. And it's all right. It's all right. But these are the biggest folks I've ever met. You know why? They got more heart and courage than anybody out there. They're at the gym 4 days a week with me, doing their routines. Wonderful people. And you know what? I'm glad you put me on like third, you said, because by 9 o'clock, they'll be sleeping. Okay. There's nothing worse than a sleeping audience member. But you know what I mean? So, you know, I'm glad you put me on early.
So what do you want to give us a little your opponent's not gonna see this, so you know you can give us a little bit what's your fight style? Are you going in there for the knockout? Are you going in there for the kill? Are you going in there to outbox and show your skill? Like what are you looking to do?
Well, the funniest thing is I'm not the guy who just took this up. I've been, as I said, I've had 85 amateur fights between smokers and stuff like that. And, you know, back in the day where you'd go down to some place and they go, okay, what do you weigh? I weigh 119. All right, he weighs 135. Oh, okay. And they just throw you in the ring on a Friday night and you just did it, you know? So I'm not going to think I'm going to get out there and just bang him out and do stuff like this. I'm going to get out there. I'll feel him out. If I see the opening, he seems to have a little bit of a wide hand placement and this direct way down the middle. So, you know, if it's there, I'll take it. The key thing about it is this: I am in shape. I have been training like I am the third monkey trying to get on Noah's Ark, okay? And it's starting to rain. So I am training really, really hard, and I'm getting on. That's all I can say. I'm not going to lose in front of my daughters. My wife's way hotter than I'm cute. I'm not losing in front of this fine-looking woman. No way. Not going to happen.
Man, these are all the right reasons. I love this already. We're only 6 minutes in. I'm pumped.
All the right reasons. My wife's hot. My daughter's there.
Oh, and by the way, these glasses, they have nothing to do with my eyesight. If Jose, you might know this. Back in the day, there was a movie called Slapshot with the Hanson brothers. Okay. The Hanson brothers were these violent guys on the ice. I thought they were great. I was 7 years old when the movie came out. One of the members, one of the Hanson brothers, has cancer. And I've been talking to him, and he gave me an autographed shirt. And these are the glasses that he would wear on the ice. So to support his cancer that he's doing, I'm looking like the geek that he was on the show.
Okay.
I love it, man. Love it. That's awesome.
Once you get a little taste of victory and the crowd roaring and everyone screaming for you, are you sure that this is a one and done?
All right, I'm going to show you something, okay? Hold on. See this face right here? All right, yeah. If I don't want to sleep on the couch for the rest of my life, okay?
So what wifey says one and done, no matter how good you looked in the ring, no matter how good you felt.
I'll tell you this. I did have aspirations of trying to get 4 fights together and having 4 fights. But, you know, I got to be honest with you right now, because of the amount of time that I'm putting in. I'm doing double sessions every day. I get up in the morning, do all my cardio stuff, and then I go at night into the gym and I do all my technical stuff. working pads and step over moves and working strategy, watching the morning's film clips if I did anything wrong, and studying film and stuff. So I'm taking this very, very serious. Unless I plan on going bankrupt because the amount of time I spend training and not at work right now, the fight deals would have to be, pretty effing amazing. Okay. Because my wife's been patient with me. I think this is one and done. I'm having a hell of a good time doing it. And I couldn't believe ESPN contacted me about stuff. And, it's the biggest thing. My 9-year-old daughter thinks that I'm famous. Okay. My 16-year-old daughter doesn't keep my word. And so this has been beautiful.
Okay.
Good stuff.
What do you got to say about it, Pop? Any questions?
Nah, I just think since I talked about the whole situation, something we got to get behind. I love it, and I love the fact that he's about being part of history. That's going to go in the books. That's something big. That's something important, and something that that I'm glad that we can be a part of. As much as he's glad that we're giving him the opportunity, that we're also happy that we'll be able to be a part of history with him together. Giving him this opportunity, and I have no doubt that he's gonna look good. Gonna showcase, and it's gonna be an exciting night for him. I know he's gonna be very happy.
Well, I can't thank you enough because I'm dead serious. Whenever you know who the promoter was, and I hate to be that guy to say who it was, because
call him out. We
you know
love
what?
it.
It is what it is.
So good.
Yes. Hey, I'll just say, here's the. I used to buy tickets to his fights, and he would call me up because at the time I was making good money. He's just like, my Joey Spina's fighting, and can you buy some tickets? So I buy a couple thousand tickets because I was making money back then. So I was like, all right, sure. And he couldn't find space for me on the card, he said, and that was really disappointing. I was hurt, and I respect his decision that he doesn't see me have somebody of value, but I really admire you taking a chance on me, and and I promise I try to do the best I can, ticket sales, and I promise you this much: I won't go out there and dead fish it. I'm taking this very, very seriously. So
we love this. So
Thank
Jose,
you.
is this if he comes out and he knocks this dude out in the first round? Are you inspired by this to come back yet? I mean,
no. I think this is good. I'm gonna give Paul the record. I'm not gonna try to break it. I think he's part of this. I had my time in the sun already. I'm good. And not only that, not only is he gonna be the oldest pro debut in history, but in Massachusetts, he's also gonna be the oldest fighter to fight in Massachusetts. So this is good. It's good, and
Wow.
it's gonna be an RPE show. So this is good stuff.
I'm pumped for this already. I think this is the first fight we reviewed so far.
I think thing is, if I remember correctly, we had on one of our shows, I don't know if it was the oldest in Massachusetts.
No,
it was either the oldest or second oldest to get a win.
The second oldest, because the oldest
Chuck didn't break Siciliano's record.
He fought on our card and but he was not. No, he was shy of Siciliano's record. But Paul's gonna smash it. So it don't matter.
Well, as I said, I've been getting people calling me. I've been getting people to call me and they're trying to talk me out of it. That's the answer to call me. He said, "What are you doing? You should be promoting local amateur shows, staying with doing what you doing." And I'm like, man, anybody should see what I am doing. If you need to do it, you need to do it. And it's like, okay, okay, and that's.
Paul, you're all busted up. Your connection's all.
Yeah, your connection's a little messed up, Paul.
All right, hold on a second. I'm gonna try switching to a different room.
Yeah, it could be the mic.
How's this?
It could be the microphone or something.
This room is houses. Chill, give me time. I'm gonna go outside.
No, you're good. We can hear you good now. For a second,
Yeah, we're good.
all you could hear is
Oh, he's back buzzing again.
it's got to be something in this microphone because every time.
Are you there?
Yeah, we can hear you.
How about now?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Can't see you. Can hear you.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Vinny tried to talk you.
Bit, right?
It's crazy. Vinny tried to talk you out of doing something insane when he did something pretty insane himself. Dude was training and fighting.
Yeah, he
neck.
Yep, he did. He was trying his hardest to talk me out of it, and he's one that should talk. He should be just enjoying. As I said, he's got this beautiful new girlfriend that he's really happy to be with. Just enjoy that and go from there.
So will he be in attendance watching you?
Yeah, he's coming. He's bringing I'm gonna move over to here for one more time. Hold on a second. I live in the middle of the sticks, and so there's like no hold on a second. I'm going over here. Hold on. Can you see me now?
Yes.
Better?
Yep, better.
All right, good.
So the Tasmanian devil will be in attendance.
Yes, he's coming, and he doesn't drive anymore. He says it gets him in trouble. So what he's done is he is going to come with his driver and probably his girlfriend, and he will be in attendance. He's tried me so hard to talk me out of this, and he should understand that there's just is no doing that. I waited 10 years for this opportunity, and you people are the ones that are giving it to me. You people are the ones who allow me to have this opportunity to go at this guy. I'm not worried about getting hurt. Not to sound over dramatic, but I'm gonna say it. Life has hurt me so bad in other ways, in other manners. You think you can hurt me in the ring? Forget about it. You get physical pain is nothing. I've had mental torture. I've had the worst thing you can happen to you and stuff like that. Physical pain, get the out of here. Seriously, I'm not even close to being worried about that.
Hey, Paul, I'm asking for a favor.
Anything.
All right, we're 3 weeks away from the weigh-in, so this is the important day before the fight. Slow it down. Slow the training down. We don't need you getting hurt or nothing. You know what I'm
saying? You know what, though?
You're right.
They invented duct tape for a reason. All right? Listen. You can do with duct tape. And as a fighter, Jose, straight out, there is nothing. You're never 110%. Okay? But you're never 110%. But you know what?
I will tell you this. There was a couple times that I was 100% in my fights, and they were one of the best fights of my career.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. I feel great. I've been sparring like 4 to 6 rounds every sparring session. I get 3 guys, 2 rounds apiece, and I change them up. Okay. And I'm the wind's there. I got the cardio. My defense is there.
There you go.
And I'm not overthrown.
This close to the fight, you don't really need to be sparring though.
Nah, I got one more session I'm doing Saturday, and guys who are grade C fighters. I just want to have the vision, keep it all moving, grooving, hands up. None of this stuff. I keep my hands up. The number 11, they stay up parallel. Protect this. This has got to be good. This is my moneymaker. You know what I'm saying?
This is great.
Fucking great.
Do you gotta like a celebration dance or like what's?
You know what?
I feel like you might have one.
I gotta be honest with you.
I feel like you might have one.
I was brought up though in a manner. When you win, act like you've been there before. So I've been doing that my whole life, chilling out. But this is my swan song. I plan on having some fucking fun. Okay, I plan on having a lot of fun. So, you know, if I win this, I may have something up my sleeve. You know what I mean? I may have a little something. You know,
we got some backflips in you or something like that.
What's that?
Some backflips in you?
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Unless you want to see me in, like, you know, acupuncture the next day and in contraction, you know, forget that. You know, could I ask you a question? Are we allowed to have an entrance song?
Yeah, of course.
Actually, I'm reaching out to the fighters now. I was talking to the DJ yesterday.
Okay.
So I'm glad you mentioned it. Yes. Message me your entrance song. You don't have to say it on here. Message me on your entrance song, because I send it to the DJ. The DJ downloads them ahead of time in the order that the fights are gonna be.
Yep.
So then that way he knows, all right, press play, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, entrance song. You're allowed to have an entrance song.
Yeah, I'm highly motivated. I'm representing my Life in Balance crew. I'm representing the Hanson brothers and the cancer. I'm wearing his hockey jersey to the weigh-in. That's autographed by him. I'm motivated by my daughters, my hot wife, which she's over here. So where'd you go? She's over here.
I gotta thank you. Out of many, I mean, I would say at this point I've dealt with hundreds of fighters and managers and stuff. I have to thank you for sending me the most well-organized packet I've ever gotten in my years since I've been doing this.
Well, thank you.
From the picture to the passport picture to the application to the trainer application.
Yep.
The attestation was filled out. The medicals were there. Like, it was the most well-organized packet. I'm looking at it and I'm just like, shit.
He's not a fighter.
He's
not a fighter.
Well, first of all, yeah, it was like, wow, either this guy's really not a fighter or he's just that well organized.
Well,
and the other one that went through my mind was how simpler and just stress-free my life would be if I got every single fighter's shit like that. I just literally, like, I just went through, like, all the fighters on the card and just thought to myself, like, fuck you all.
Yeah.
You don't send me shit like this.
Yeah. And tomorrow I have one form I got to fix. I'm going tomorrow first thing in the morning. I made 3 copies of everything I sent. Yep. And I have one in my file cabinet. I'm going to go right away and go have that done, because I don't want anything to mess up this opportunity. But, you know, it's that important to me that I have, you know, I took the time to do the file the way it was. And I had that done 3 months ago. And it was the worst thing in the world to get it done, to be honest with you. They busted my chops for, like, to get an MRI done, an EKG, and why you boxing, how come this, how come that? And I'm just like, listen, it's a free country. I have the right to earn, and I have the right to participate. And unless you can give me a valid reason why I can't, you know what? Perlmutter law offices will be contacting you. Okay. And after that, they were just like, okay.
My doctor is not a fan of boxing. Well, he's retired now, but he wasn't a fan of boxing at all.
Yeah.
Mind you, when I was getting ready for my pro debut, that was in 2018. So that was only, 4 or 5 years ago?
Correct.
So I'm like 24 at the time.
Yep.
And he was like, before I even did any of my medicals, he was already shutting it down.
Yep. Once I told him, I said, listen, there's a book that's going to be written about this. I have someone who's interested in writing a book about this. And the second I mentioned it's being a book written, no one wants to be the jerk in the book.
There you go.
So all of a sudden, the doctor was like,
okay.
He was this Indian guy. He's like, okay, very much. This is good. We will get this done. We'll make sure thing. Fine. You are a healthy young man. You have this down. No problem. And I'm just like, thank you. That's all I needed.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Did he say, don't forget to mention me in the book?
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, oh, so when will this be out? My proper spelling is this. And he handed me a business card with the proper spelling name and everything. I swear to God. All right. You know?
So I won't, since you said this is a one and done, because usually there's like a messy midway segment where I ask guys a messy question.
Go ahead.
Come out before he gets crazy. And you remember, we don't want him to get him divorced with the wife.
I know. So that's why I'm gonna speak hypothetically.
Okay, hypothetically.
So usually messy midway, I'll ask a messy question to the fighters. Whoever's on, I'll say, who on a local level would you like to fight, and who at a national level would you like to fight? You're one and done, so you're probably not thinking about it. But let's rewind.
All right, on a
10,
local
15,
level,
20 years ago.
Now.
No, right now. You know who I'd fight? You know who I'd want to fight? I would be really cool is Cedar Hoff from Providence.
Okay, I know who that is.
Yeah, I used to spar with him all the time.
He beat one of our guys over here in Worcester, Julio Perez.
You and I used to spar all the time together, and it was entertaining, okay? We'd go back and forth on each other like crazy. You know, I would have loved to have, you know, had a fight with him because he's just cool. And then on a national level, Jesus, you know, I couldn't even say, you know, I don't even, I couldn't even put myself in that phylum, in that category right now of people that, you know, I mean, of course you go with Jake Paul guys and shit like that. You go, okay, you know, let me at those guys. But
you know what might be a fair fight?
Who's that?
Bernard Hopkins.
Oh, you know what though? Seriously?
Dude's like pushing 60 now.
Yeah, but he'd be pushing me around that ring pretty good. You know why? And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Bernard doesn't go to the clubs.
No.
Yeah.
Clean
I actually just read something on him about how he's like, he falls in like the 1% category of discipline for no reason. Like, he's not a fighter. Like, forget about when he was a fighter. He's not a fighter anymore. And I forgot where I was just reading this at, but like somebody said, like, so they went out to eat with him. He ordered a like a chicken salad or whatever, and he didn't realize that the chicken was breaded. So when he got it, he grabbed a knife and cut off all the breaded part of the chicken and ate it. And then his cheat meal is one fry. That's his favorite thing too. His favorite thing is one fry, not like two. Like, first of all, you're a psychopath because who eats one fry? Like, I would rather have no fry than one fry. So he has one fry, and his cheat drink is cranberry juice.
No way. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. I eat like a 13-year-old girl with a period. Okay, I eat what the hell I want. I just get to that gym and I bang it off. I'm Italian. I'm not going to tell you I didn't drink during this training. Oh, hell. Is wine really drinking? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Wine is not drinking. Okay. So, you know, I'm Italian.
It's a fruit.
It is. It's an angry fruit. That's all it is. All right. So I had, you know, wine with my dinner at night. It lowers my blood pressure. It makes me feel good. And that's it. You know, but those guys who live this vegan, you know, sugar-free, gluten-free, taste-free. I just can't be that guy. I'd rather go to the gym and just, you know.
To be in that 1% that Hopkins is in, you like, there's a level of like psycho-ness into that. Like, you have to be retired and not want to enjoy the fruits of your labor. That's the, like, I can understand, like, first of all, that's extreme even when you are fighting. Not even a fighter, you're a rich millionaire. You like enjoy the fruits of your labor. And this guy's still no alcohol, not like nothing. It's crazy. That's insane to me. One fry.
I definitely enjoyed the fruits of my labor because I went from fighting at 160 to weighing 205 pounds. So
no. You went from fighting at 147 to 205 pounds.
That was way long time ago.
No. Let's be real. 147, 154 were the championship years. 160 were like the old guy, but like
years ago.
I can't really make that anymore.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy to me? I feel like for boxers, they've deprived their bodies of calories for so long that when they finally get a calorie, they're like, yeah, mine.
Well,
I'm holding on to this.
You're 100%.
Every boxer that I know retired, like, that's not still active, and like Floyd doesn't really count because he's still in the gym every day. He just did an exhibition. He's gonna do another one. But I feel like every fighter that I see retired is like double their size.
Well, you know what happens is this: your body, when you eat something, when you starve it or deprive it, when you finally give it to it, it goes, I know you. you starved me. I'm going to keep this for later. And what it does is it tries to keep the food and store it for later. And then what happens is it stores it as fat. So the best way to do it is you get small meals here and there, and your body burns it off as it goes. And you don't have to deprive it, and the body never feels like it has to store it. And that's a great thing. I work with these elderly people, and one of the things that happens is most of them come in, they look like they're in the shape of like a swollen tick. Okay. And I have to sit there and go, it's like, the guy's like, I haven't seen my penis in fucking 7 years. Can you help me? And I'm like, because he looks down, all he just sees is the belly. And I'm like, oh, that's a mission. Okay. That's a very big mission. And that's what we do. Take off, 15, 20 pounds by just curtailing the timing and the food that they have. Because listen, let's be honest. What good is life if you're just going to be somebody who's going to be a calorie counter, someone who, you got to have fun,
What was the hardest part of your training camp?
The first week. And I'm going to tell you why. I was training for master fights. Master fights are 1 minute. There's sprints. You get out there, you throw your chin down, your hands up, and you come forward. You do a couple quick head movements and come over the top and up the middle. And then you just, you fight like a dog for 1 minute. Getting into that 3-minute round, the first week when I was doing the 3-minute rounds, I got to be honest with you, I was throwing up outside.
Oh, shit.
Okay. I was just like, wow, this sucks. No work. No lie. 5 days afterwards, my body adjusted from 1 round to 3 rounds. 1 minute to 3 minutes just in 5 days. And I have been banging through rounds like no problem at all. But it took me that one. I had that oh shit factor one day. I was like, oh, I can't believe I'm out here throwing up. I'm like feeding the birds out here. I'm going, I can't even believe this is happening. I'm like, this sucks. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? And that lasted for a tenth of a second. And that was
just stamina. Just stamina. That was you didn't really feel it in the body, like.
Nah, I own a gym. So it's just like I'm not this guy coming off the couch, like that thing in Mickey Ward's movie. That guy's coming off the couch, and the whole bit. That's not me. I always stayed active. My wife is 12 years younger than me. Okay. To keep up with that thing, Jesus Christ!
I think she's watching, but
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, go to the bathroom so I can get away with this, but she's like a wombat, Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. My first week to 2 weeks was the most miserable feeling I ever had. When I decided I'm like, all right, I'm gonna come out of retirement, do this pro debut. Mm-hmm. The first week, 2 weeks, like for me, I mean stamina, yeah, but it really wasn't it was more like sore, hurting. Like, granted, I like my last amateur fight. I was 19. I was a senior in high school. So now here I am at 24 trying to do this. And like, I just remembered my body. Like I went into the first training session going through the motions like I never left.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like a huge mistake because my body was like, you haven't done this in years. What are you doing? And the first week, 2 weeks was just awful. Like I started thinking to myself, like, how am I going to get through a whole training camp if I only feel after 2 weeks? Like,
you know what though? Motivation with a little bit of perspiration equals success. I cannot let down my 16-year-old daughter. I cannot let her down. She's
got to go back to school. She's got to go.
Yeah. I was very wealthy at one point, and then I lost my money. Market crashed, and then you're hoping, like, okay, I'm going to take you to Disney, and it takes you 5 years to save up for it instead of a year, and I had a lot of things I disappointed her with, and it was just a tough time. She loves me and I love her. We have a great relationship, but I just felt like I was at that time somewhat of a disappointment. Not as I was always there for her, but it just felt like this is the one thing that I know that I said 100% I was going to do, and I am not. Anytime I get sore or anything like that, it's just like, you know what? It can't match the mental pain of me ever letting down my daughter. So when I say I really respect this guy taking this fight for me, you'll never hear me say anything bad about him. You won't. It's not what I'm about. But I'll tell you this way. He damn right is not going to beat me. Now, I will not. The last time I got knocked down was April 26, 1990 by the kid named Matt Medeiros at the KO Center in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. And He weighed 135. I weighed 119, and it had nothing to do with it, the weight difference. He was just amazing. And he hit me with a straight right, and my knee went down. And I was like, holy cow. And I'm just, sometimes you get knocked down and it's not even your choice, but this means so much to me. He'd have to kill me to knock me down. I mean, he really would have to, because I cannot disappoint my daughter or have her look at me in that manner. It's not even ego, it's love. You know?
Two questions for you, Paul.
Go ahead.
One, how excited is your daughter about this fight?
She is, like, she knew tonight I was on this podcast, trying her hardest to figure out, how to get on it and just to watch it and the whole bit. And so, like, she's just really, really into it. All her friends are into it. It's kind of neat to see that. She was really excited that Dewey Bosella reached out to me last week, and the gentleman who was record on breaking, and he was really cool, and she knew that meant a lot to me. So she enjoyed the excitement with me, and she also felt the hurt for me, because she knew when that other promoter said, "I don't want you," she knew I was hurt. And so now to see you guys put this together for me, it makes it even sweeter, And I know that she's a good kid, and I know she's going to be the kind of person that goes up to you and gives you a hug, to say thank you for doing this for my father, because I know she appreciates it,
Good stuff. So second question is, are you planning on coming up on Wednesday for the press conference?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to, seeing how this all goes down and stuff like that. And
bring
my opponent there?
No, your opponent probably won't be there.
That's all right. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, usually, I mean, for the bigger fights, sometimes the opponents come, but for the the smaller fights, the opponents sometimes are like, nah.
That's fine. It doesn't matter to me. I'm doing this for me and for my reasons. And and as I said, I'm not the kind of guy that, even at the weigh-in, I got something really cool to wear. I got a cape.
Hey, did you see what your boy Mike? Did you see what your boy wore at his weigh-in today?
Oh,
Tank.
Yes, yeah. I don't know what that's about.
Yo, did you see that? Dad? Oh, I'm about to pull this up.
Yeah, you got it. Now, I don't know what it's all about, but
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you're talking about like that G-string.
You wore G-string.
Animal.
Roland Estrada said, "What happened to the kid 8 years ago that walked into my gym, shy as shit, didn't say anything?" He's like, "What happened to that kid?"
Oh no! Oh Jesus!
Dude, the best is the opponent's face, bro. He's like, he doesn't know what to make of it.
The opponent's like, now he probably is gonna make the opponent fight harder, because he's like, dude, I can't get knocked out by a fucking guy with G-string.
I mean,
and then Roland goes a step further. Somebody in the comments was like, "Is that a G-string?" So Roland takes a picture of him from the back weighing in and was like, "Yep."
Oh no!
Yeah, I mean, what is this turning into?
But now it's like, whoa, I gotta fight my ass off because this dude just wore a furry G-string to the weigh-in.
Yep.
Frank is good too. He's really, really good.
11-0, 11 knockouts.
Yep.
That's crazy.
He's a monster. He gets angry. Then when that switch flips, man, he smells blood. He goes.
You got a fighter that you kind of like, that you look up to, that you like, maybe try to study them, mimic their style.
Well, all right, not to sound my age. Here we go. Ready? Willie Pep. Okay. I loved Willie Pep. I thought Pep was incredible. I had the pleasure of meeting him years back, and what a nice man. Drove around his is one of the legendary fighters of all time, driving around this older Buick. He wasn't showy. He was just really conservative. But I loved the way that he fought, and I loved his defensive model. I loved Oscar De La Hoya as far as his brand of fighting. But one of my favorites was Tito Trinidad. You knock Tito down, and it was just like, oh shit, you pissed him off. Here we go. And Tito would get up and kill the guy.
It's funny that you mentioned him, because I mentioned him yesterday. We was at the first pitch yesterday.
Oh, did you?
We were talking about some guys, and I had like said about a certain guy. I'm like, there's certain things in boxing that you can learn a lot of things in boxing, but I think some things are like you either have it or you don't. So like you either have a heart or you don't. You can't really be taught that. You can either take a punch or you can't. And I said, look,
Correct.
for example, Tito Trinidad's a Hall of Fame fighter, one of the greats of all time.
Yes.
He didn't have a chin. He couldn't take a punch. But when you dropped him,
he pissed him
got
off.
up. He got up and decapitated you.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's the difference between, but it goes to show you that some things can't be taught. No matter what, no matter how good of a fighter he was, he couldn't, learn to have a good chin.
Right. Now, there's another local fighter who's just like that. Scott the Sandman Pemberton. He had that right hand. It was an eraser. When he threw that right hand, holy cow. I worked out with him for years, and he had a very heavy right hand. He was long and spidery. He also had an iffy chin, but he could erase you at any moment with that right hand.
Is that kid Jarrell Pemberton related to him?
I think that's his son.
Oh, wow. So there's a kid. I just saw a 6'4" southpaw.
Yep.
154, 147.
Yep.
But like a fine-tuned fighter. Like,
if he's from that New Bedford Fall River area, then it's his son.
Okay.
I know he had a son that was in the military.
He just signed with a big promoter. Like they're gonna be moving this kid, but the kid can fight.
Yeah, Scott was a good fighter. He just, we had a lot of talented fighters. If you really think about it, besides your father, who was, a local legend, okay? You look at Ray Oliveira. Ray couldn't crack an egg, but boy, he could punch. Like he could throw volume and volumes of punches.
He broke you down.
He could just outwork you. You had Louis Vita back in the day, who was a talented, fighter who, fought Mickey Ward and lost twice. Against him. We had some decent people, had some, in my local heroes, we'll call them, local skills that I thought were, kind of impressive.
Oh, Mickey, Vinny Paz, Peter Manfredo Jr.
Yeah.
John Scully.
Yeah, Iceman, yeah.
Pito Cardona.
Pito Cardona. He's one of the reasons when I watched Pito Cardona fight one time, I went, I'm retiring. I can't beat that guy. I mean, he was so durable and so tough. I'm like, you know what I'm doing? I'm enrolling for college tomorrow. Okay.
I had when I was amateur, I had one sparring session with Pito, and first round did all right, and then in the second round, so at the time the guy that was working my corner, Jimbo Esperduli, rest in peace, he looks across the ring to Jimbo and he says, all right, now it's time to baptize him. Second round, his punches were a lot heavier than they were in the first round. First round, I was feeling myself. I was a lot faster. I was doing my thing. And then he looked at Jimbo. He's like, now it's time to baptize him.
Yeah, he was a talented fighter. I wish him all the best. I know he's going through some health issues from the sport of boxing. And here's the thing, you talk about extra fights. I've been in the ring all these years. I've been fortunate. If I graduated from Providence College, went on with the highest honors, went on to Boston University to study for my master's. I have a beautiful wife. I have most of my marbles, all of my teeth. Okay.
Yeah. Even with your age, it's not like I think that's what saved. Like if you look at a guy like Bernard Hopkins, who fought at a world championship level at 53.
Yeah.
I think what saved him was going to prison. He started his career late. He didn't have the amateur abuse. Yep. He had only the pro abuse, but he started so late that it wasn't the same as a guy who's fought amateurs, early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s. So having your marbles is not something you should definitely worry about.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Jason Estrada. He had 200 amateur fights, and he fought all over the world and stuff like that. Turned pro, and someone said to me, and I don't know what the truth of it is. He goes, he almost seemed like he was tired out before he even started. Like it was, he already had too many fights before he even turned pro. Someone told me, and I don't know if that's true.
I think because he's actually one of the most skilled big guys I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I think at the pro level it was a weight thing. I think that heavyweight might have been a little too big at a pro level. Maybe should have been a cruiser. I don't know if Dad agrees.
He says he's big 6, meaning he's 6 foot tall. If he's 6 foot tall, I'm the center for the Italian basketball team. Okay.
Well, no, but if you think about it, even 6 feet, 6 feet for like my dad, 6 feet for you, 6 feet for Mike, 6 feet for me, that's big. But if you think about the world champions, think about the top 5 heavyweight fighters right now.
Yeah.
They're all a foot taller than him, even at him being 6 feet.
Yeah.
You know, Deontay Wilder, 6'8".
Yep.
Tyson Fury, 6'9.5".
Yep.
Anthony Joshua, 6'7". Like these guys are all borderline a foot taller, even so. And they're in the 260, 270, 280 range versus him in shape, 6 feet tall, probably pushing 230, 240. You know, that's still a significant size difference.
Think about the evolution of man, okay? The fact of the matter is that I hung out with Joe Frazier one night. We were drinking and doing karaoke up at Canastota. And no one had the balls to tell him that, Joe, you can't sing, but that's okay. It's another whole story. But Joe, he sucked. He was terrible. But anyways, the only one worse than him was Leon Spinks that night. He was worse. But anyways, he was listed. Joe Frazier was listed as like
I could have beat them at the worst department.
Take your word for it, all right? And he ended up, he was listed 6'1", Joe Frazier. He was no taller than 5'11", 8.5. He wasn't that much taller than me. And so, you look at the evolution of man just from, 35 years, the heavyweights, they are now.
In sports in general.
Yep. Absolutely.
In sports in general, because, I mean, like you were saying, you had Tyson 5'10", Joe Frazier was small, Rocky Marciano was small.
It was 5'11.5", so he was almost 6 feet.
They have him listed at 5'11.5", but really, like,
Mike Tyson? I mean, oh, hell no, he's not 5'11". Oh, hell no. I have a picture next to me.
I was a small kid. A small kid. Like, I remember taking pictures with certain guys, and I'm, like, up to their waist. Like, I have a picture with Tyson, and I'm like, halfway there with him. And I was a small kid. Very, like, I was pushing, like, 4'10" in high school.
Today's day and age, you have bigger athletes, and it's true. But I also think, you know what? It also has prolonged the longevity of people. Ali was considered old at 33 years old. Okay,
but he was also considered one of the taller heavyweights at that time period. But Ali was what, 6'4", 6'5"?
At least 6'3". I know that. Yeah, he could have been 6'4". But the thing about it is that, like, you have this whole, people are getting taller, stronger. We're at older ages. We're doing it. Like, my mentality is this: how old would I be if I didn't own a calendar? And if I didn't own a calendar, I'd say about 38. And that's the way I look at myself. I'm not, I shave my chest here. You know why? Not because it looks good, because I don't want to see fucking gray hair. Okay?
I'm 38 too.
Yeah.
Shit, I feel 39.
Wow. That's funny. So
it was good. It was good talking to you guys. Paul, do you have any sponsors? Anyone that you want to shout out?
I do. I've been blessed. I have Seth Perlmutter Law Offices. I have Northeast Plumbing and Heating. I have Danielson Surplus, Brainsky and Levinson Law Offices. Dupre Real Estate. Who else do I have on? Oh, Rick Bull. I had a guy from, no joke, some rich oil guy from Texas. $1,000 just because.
That's awesome.
I'm like,
that's awesome.
I need your kind of connects.
Yeah, that's a gift, man. Yeah.
Remember this: if you want to be the 6th millionaire in the room, hang out with 5 others.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There's an expression. You look around your friends around the room, and what you see is probably what you're going to become. And so I believe integration and mixing with everybody, especially some people who might have connections, is always a good thing, And so he was very generous. Some guy from Australia sent me $350 because he's a master fighter and he appreciates it. So I've been very, very lucky. I've had the support of a lot of people, and now I can't disappoint anybody. It's a lot of pressure, but I'm not gonna.
Make sure you bring up the organization you're working for that you're doing so at the press conference so we can get that word out and stuff as well. So we're gonna have to be there and stuff like that so that'll help get the word out, you know.
Jose, I appreciate that because you know why? I feel like I don't know if you know who Ozzy Osbourne is or who Alan Alda is, Neil Diamond. They all have Parkinson's. And the sad thing is, I have one of the programs that can actually help them. I had a woman who was told that she'd never walk again. And that is simple as that. She'll never walk again. Without a walker, she'll never walk again. And within 4 months, she walked 187 feet. And 6 months later, she walked into her doctor's office without her walker. You know, and I just give people a stage to be great. I had a woman that I posted on Facebook the other day. She was line dancing. She was another one, was using a walker all the time, and now she doesn't. So this Life in Balance program that my wife and I developed,
right?
I don't know what happened, man. It just came to me, and it's working. And I just would love to get it out to help other people. I don't even care if people rip it off on me. I really don't. You know, take it, help people. I don't care.
People need to hear about that, you know. So there's something that they can learn about you at the press conference. You're not just a fighter making history, but you're also involved with this and you help people and change people's lives, you know. So we want to get that word out for that, for sure, definitely.
Thank you. And you'll see when I wear my shorts into the ring, on the back of it has every person that is one of my clients and one of my friends.
Oh, wow.
The program, I have their names written all on the back side of my shorts.
That's awesome.
So, you know, as they say, they got my back. And so that's why I put
Make sure you shoot me that information. I'll put that up on my website. We'll get that word out.
Much love to you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Awesome, man. Yeah, man, you're welcome back every week. This has been one of the most entertaining podcasts I've ever had, man. I spend the whole time laughing. I love these ones. I don't have to do nothing.
Well, thank you.
Oh, remember, Paul, slow down.
I promise I will not get hurt, and if I do, I'll run to the hardware store, get some duct tape. We'll be fine. Okay.
All right. Love it. Hey, one last question.
Yeah.
Rude Dog.
Correct.
Where does that come from? Are you Rude Dog from here on out? I love that.
I am Rude Dog. I was fighting in New York City with my older trainer, Joe Letty Sr., and we were in New York City, and a guy before Mike Tyson Day, the kid bit me right here on the shoulder. And when he bit me in the shoulder, I put my head down like, oh my God, what did he just do to me? And he slugged me in the face. And I was just like, shit got real right then and there. And I went down and I hit the kid, and he ended up going down. So then I spit on him.
That's tough.
You know, so I was like, oh God. And the next thing you know what happens, I turned around. As I turned around to like raise my hands, he rolled over and bit me on my leg. And so I kick him in the face. Next thing you know, his corner's coming in, this coming in, and we're throwing punches, and I'm getting pulled out of there. Now, I don't know about racial tensions. I think unless you bleed a different color, we're the same. Okay. And actually, no, it's even better. We're not the same, which makes it exciting. Okay. And so, but we're all people and stuff like that. And I guess I was the minority in the crowd, and they didn't like me so much, I guess, at the time. And I didn't even know about racial tensions. And so I was like, oh, good God. And they got me scooted out of there. And some guy was in the locker room going, some guy just kick somebody in the face like some mad dog, like some rude dog. Like, I like that. All right, I'll take that. All right.
I don't know, phenomenal, dude. So this is match 3 of that night. I'm already pumped for that. I'm phenomenal, man. July 15th, right?
July 15th. You know,
let's go.
I'll make you laugh even harder. I didn't know about racial tensions. I go to my first gym. I'm the only white guy there, and I didn't realize, like, I just didn't see color. So this guy called me Cracker, and I thought Cracker was like homeboy, dude, guy. I didn't know. So I'm leaving, and there's 4 brothers on the ground. I'm like, hey, see you crackers later. They thought crazy white boy, and I'm like, no, I'm just fucking stupid. Okay, I'm just stupid. I didn't know. That was it. You know?
We all gotta learn sometime, right?
That's the truth.
Yeah, I didn't know. Man. So, well, listen, you guys have a great night. Thank you for having me. And I'll try not to disappoint on the 15th. I promise.
Definitely won't, man.
I'm looking forward to it. Guys, take